It's time for English on the Go, which means we're going to look at Serena's full clip where she talks to us about why she thinks that criminal dramas are so popular. She does mention when she was younger, she really admired detectives. So let's move into her clip and see what she has to say.
Just one egg nature.
Are you ready? Go!
When I was a kid, I was so fascinated by detectives and solving riddles that my mom, in all seriousness, suggested I should become a criminologist. I loved to watch criminal dramas, not only because of the main hero who would fight for justice and always win, but more because of the notorious criminals. Watching them, I would always think, what makes those people tick? It was a guilty pleasure to watch these criminals do morbid things following an evil plan. At the end, of course, they would always be caught and be held responsible for their actions, but I loved one specific part, that one missing piece of the puzzle that led us to the right villain.
네, 영상 잘 보셨나요? 여기에 나오는 좋은 단어들이 많이 있습니다. 핵심 단어들 먼저 공부를 하고 이어가 볼게요. 첫 번째, 형사나 탐정을 뜻하는 detective 나왔고요. 그리고 수수께끼 riddle, 범죄학자를 뜻하는 criminologist라는 단어가 나왔습니다. 발음 연습해보죠.
Let's practice our pronunciation, starting with the first one, which is detective. 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 Riddle. 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 Criminologist. 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 Perfect. Let's take a look at some more vocabulary words.
네, 그 다음으로 악명 높은, 유명한 거 아니고 악명 높은, 안 좋은 쪽으로 유명한 거죠. notorious. 그리고 병적인, 소름 끼치는 morbid. 범죄를 가리키면서 morbid things라고 묘사를 하고 있거든요. morbid. 그리고 악당, villain. villain이라는 단어가 나오는데요. 발음 연습해보죠.
Notorious. 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 Morbid. 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 Villain. 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 Perfect. How about we take a look at Serena's clip once again, but with English subtitles this time.
When I was a kid, I was so fascinated by detectives and solving riddles that my mom, in all seriousness, suggested I should become a criminologist. I loved to watch criminal dramas, not only because of the main hero who would fight for justice and always win, but more because of the notorious criminals. Watching them, I would always think, what makes those people tick? It was a guilty pleasure to watch these criminals do morbid things following an evil plan. At the end, of course, they would always be caught and be held responsible for their actions, but I loved one specific part, that one missing piece of the puzzle that led us to the right villain.
I understand exactly what you were saying because I am addicted to a criminal drama right now.
아, 진짜요? 그리고 방금 그 영상 속에서 criminal drama가 나오고 또 criminal이라고 하는 범죄자를 가리키는 단어가 나왔으니까 아까 이야기했던 crime drama와 criminal drama의 그 설명을 짧게 요약하자면 criminal이라는 말이 이제 범죄의라는 형용사도 되고 criminal 범죄자도 되거든요.
Yes.
그래서 범죄자의 생애에 더 집중을 하고 그 범죄 자체의 동기나 이런 것들을 좀 집중을 하면 느낌상 criminal drama.
Yeah, criminal, because it's more focused on the criminal.
네.
Right?
그래서 지금 보고 계시는 것이 더 criminal drama 쪽에 가깝게 느껴지나 봐요.
No, actually, this one is more close to crime
Crime
dramas,
drama?
but since that's what Serena used, I
Okay.
was using it so we could practice.
네,
Yeah.
느낌에 따라서 이렇게 구분하시면 되겠고요. 거의 겹칩니다. 자, 그럼 처음부터 공부 시작해 보죠.
Let's take a look at what she said, line by line.
When I was a kid, I was so fascinated by detectives and solving riddles that my mom, in all seriousness, suggested I should become a criminologist.
When I was a kid, I was so fascinated by detectives and solving riddles
When I was a kid, 저는 어렸을 때 I was so fascinated by
Detectives.
네,
Detective.
탐정 또는 형사예요. 형사들에 매료되어 있었습니다. Fascinated 되어 있었어요. And solving
Riddles.
네.
Riddle.
수수께끼. 그래서 탐정들에 대한 이야기 그리고 수수께끼 푸는 것에 워낙 매료되어 있어서 그 나머지 다음 문장
So she was so fascinated by them that my mom, in all seriousness, suggested I should become a criminologist.
In all seriousness라고 하면 농담 반 진담 반이 아니고요.
No.
진짜로.
For real.
네, 진심으로.
Really.
Seriously, for real.
Seriously.
네, 정말로란 말이에요. In all seriousness. 막 농담하고 떠들다가 but in all seriousness,
You've got to stop doing that.
예, 진짜
Please.
나 진심으로 말하는데
Yeah, really.
그만해라고 말할 때 쓸 수가 있습니다. 그래서 그 나머지 워낙 매료되어 있었던 나머지 저희 어머니가 진심으로 suggested 제안하셨습니다. That I should become a
Criminologist.
네.
Criminologist.
criminologist 범죄학자가 될 것을 제안하셨습니다. suggest 뒤에 that을 쓸 수도 있고 that을 생략할 수도 있는데 그 내용을 어떤 것을 하라고 제안한다라고 할 때는 should를 같이 많이 써요.
I suggest that you should change that shirt.
Really?
Because it's not flattering on you for
Really?
the show.
Right before the show, you said you liked it. You change your mind too easily. Okay? 이런
This is
예로
just an
쓸 수
example,
있습니다.
right?
다음 부분 볼까요?
I loved to watch criminal dramas, not only because of the main hero who would fight for justice and always win, but more because of the notorious criminals. Watching them, I would always think, what makes those people tick?
I loved to watch criminal dramas, not only because of the main hero who would fight for justice and always win,
I love to watch criminal dramas. 저는 범죄 드라마를 보는 걸 좋아했는데 어렸을 때 not only because 하면은 그것 때문만은 아니다.
Yes.
이유가 또 하나 있는 거예요.
there are more reasons also.
Yeah, or just one more reason.
Oh, it could just be one
Yeah.
more, that's true.
Yeah, not only because of the main hero, 그 주인공이 있잖아요. main hero, 뭐 주요 영웅이라고 번역할 수도 있겠지만 그래도 주인공이라고 번역되는 경우도 많습니다. Who would fight for
Justice.
네,
Justice.
정의를 말해요. 정의. 항상 그러니까 정의를 위해 싸우고 항상 이기는 always win 하는 그 주인공 멋있잖아요.
Yeah.
네, 그런 사람들 때문만은 아니고요.
Okay, so let's find out the other reason, but more because of the notorious criminals.
네, 그러니까 더 큰 이유가 있었네요.
Yeah.
But more because of the
Notorious.
악명 높은 criminals, 범죄자들 때문에 더 좋아했대요.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They are really cool.
Yeah, there are some, of course, in real life, criminals are not to be looked up to.
No.
But in dramas and movies, there are some cool characters.
Yeah, they're really cool characters. I think it's more interesting because you wouldn't do it in real life. So to see that played out is
Yeah.
just fantasy.
Yeah, because it's fantasy.
Yeah.
네, 상상 속의 이야기니까 더 쿨하게 느껴지는 부분도 있는 것 같아요. 다음 부분 볼까요?
Watching them, I would always think, what makes those people tick?
Watching them, 여기서 말하는 them은
The criminals?
네, the criminals or the dramas.
Oh, it could be the dramas.
둘 다
That's true.
될 것 같아요.
Oh, right.
I would always think, 항상 이렇게 생각하곤 했습니다. What makes those people
Tick.
tick?
Tick.
tick, 여러분.
Tick, tock, tick, tock.
맞아요.
Tick, tock.
이 tick인데 사전에서 검색을 해보시면 똑딱거리다라는 뜻으로 그냥 나와요. 그래서 사람들을 무엇이 똑딱거리게 만들까라는 의미는 절대 아니고요. 여기서 tick는 어떤 행동을 하게 만드는
Yeah.
동기를 부여해 주는 거예요.
Yes, it's to make them act a certain way,
Yeah.
usually not in a good way. So if someone says what makes you tick, it's usually something that makes you do something out of anger,
Yeah.
mostly, right?
그래서 잘 참고 있던 사람이
Yeah.
어떤 말, 어떤 행동 한번 보고 그것 때문에
Stop!
yeah, that made her tick 이렇게 말하면
Yes, please, don't do that!
네,
Ah!
그 행동의 원인을 결정적인 원인을 제공한 거예요.
Yeah.
그런 뜻으로 그래서 tick 자체를 외우기보다는 make someone
Someone
tick
tick.
이 구문을 외워주시면 좋겠습니다.
Let's take a look at the next part.
It was a guilty pleasure to watch these criminals do morbid things following an evil plan. At the end, of course, they would always be caught and be held responsible for their actions.
It was a guilty pleasure to watch these criminals do morbid things following an evil plan.
네, guilty pleasure라고 하는 표현이 나오는데요. 아주 오래전에 소개한 적이 한 번 있습니다. guilty pleasure는 죄의식을 동반한 즐거움. 아, 이거 안 되는데 하면서.
Yeah. It's like, I shouldn't like this. Maybe it's not right, but I like it.
Yeah, for example, it's 11 p.m. At night, of course,
Okay.
and you're eating a box of chocolates.
Oh, chocolates are my guilty pleasure.
네, 그래서 밤 11시예요. 아니면 이제 막 집에 들어갔는데 너무 배고파요. 그래서 아, 지금 이 늦은 시간에 먹으면 안 되지만 라면 3개.
Oh, you ate
초콜릿
3 packets
10개.
of ramen, 10 chocolates?
네, of course you feel guilty,
Yeah.
but you feel a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, you enjoy doing it.
네.
So something you wouldn't want to admit out loud to can be your guilty pleasure.
그러네요. 네, guilty pleasure라고 하면은 이제 죄의식을 동반한 즐거움이기 때문에 사람들한테 잘 말하고 다니지는 않겠죠. 네, 그래서 it was a guilty pleasure to watch these criminals do.
Morbid things.
watch 사람 동사 원형 이렇게 쓰게 되면요, 누군가가 뭐 하는 것을 보는 걸 말해요. 그래서 morbid 병적인 행동들, 소름 끼치는 행동들을 하는 걸 보는 게 죄의식을 동반한 즐거움이었는데 이 사람들이 criminals가 do morbid things following an evil plan. 사악한 계획을 따르면서 이제 소름 끼치는 일들을 하는 거예요.
So next she says, at the end, of course, they would always be caught and be held responsible for their actions.
At the end 두 가지로 볼 수 있습니다. At the end of the drama,
Yeah, or at the end of their criminal career.
yeah. So eventually,
Yeah, eventually.
네, 결과적으로는 그래서 결과적으로 궁극적으로라고 볼 수도 있고 아니면 끝부분에서라고 볼 수 있는데 여기서는 우연히 그 문맥이 겹치네요. Yeah, it's the same thing in this context.
Yes, in this context, it's
Of
the same.
course, they would always be caught. 항상 당연히 잡히겠죠. 잡히곤 해요. And be held responsible for their actions. Hold someone responsible 하면은 책임을 묻다는 뜻이에요. 그래서 항상 잡혀서 자신의 행동에 대한 책임을 지게 되죠. Alright?
Perfect. How about we take a look at the last part of our clip and go over that?
But I loved one specific part, that one missing piece of the puzzle that led us to the right villain.
But I loved one specific part, that one missing piece of the puzzle that led us to the right villain.
네, 이 전체의 내용도 재밌지만 one specific part, 구체적으로 딱 한 부분이 특히 마음에 들었다는 이야기예요. That one missing piece of the puzzle. Missing piece of the puzzle 하면은 빠져 있는 퍼즐의 한 조각이에요.
So they're trying to solve the mystery, but there's some evidence or clues that they didn't have, so they couldn't find him.
그렇죠.
Right?
That led us to the right
Villain.
네.
Villain.
올바른 악당에게 우리를 인도하는 진짜 진범에게 우리를 인도하는 그 딱 마지막 단서 있죠. 그게 특히 재밌었다고 하는 이야기입니다. 지금
is.
이런 상황이라면은 어떤 탐정 드라마라든지 그런 미스터리 드라마가
dramas,
되겠네요. 그리고
They all have mystery in it because you have to solve the crimes,
yeah.
right?
Sometimes the usual suspect is not the
Right.
actual criminal.
And at the last minute, they find one more clue and they know exactly who the villain is.
맞아요. 마지막에 이제 트위스트 반전이 있기도 하는데요.
Yeah.
발음 마지막으로 한 번만 더 짚고 넘어갈게요. 악당이
Villain.
네.
Villain.
villain 아닙니다.
Not villain, villain.
villain이라고 발음하시면 됩니다. Okay, so that's it for the story.
It sure is. How about we review and take a look at it again?
When I was a kid, I was so fascinated by detectives and solving riddles that my mom, in all seriousness, suggested I should become a criminologist. I loved to watch criminal dramas, not only because of the main hero who would fight for justice and always win, but more because of the notorious criminals. Watching them, I would always think, what makes those people tick? It was a guilty pleasure to watch these criminals do morbid things following an evil plan. At the end, of course, they would always be caught and be held responsible for their actions, but I loved one specific part, that one missing piece of the puzzle that led us to the right villain.